Evening everybody, Chelsea 4, Everton 0. Carlo Ancelotti in his press conference after today's game has appeared to call into question the commitment of some of his players, answering a question directly about that, saying there are some things I can analyse with you and some things that I can analyse with my players. So appearing for Carlo Ancelotti quite strongly, delivering a message to the squad. He referenced in sort of a 6-7 minute press conference just recently the words such as attitude and competing and spirit, and I think that is what has most alarmed the Blues boss tonight. The result, 1-0 or 4-0, he said, didn't make a difference. Of course there is goal difference to consider in this diminishing fight for Europe, you could say. Obviously he was keen to stress that there's only 6 points between Everton and Sheffield United in 7th, though he's refusing to give up on the Europa League, and rightly so I suppose. But of course he did rightly also say that when you look at today's performance you have to think that it won't happen, and so for a manager who's typically would not call out individuals or certainly would leave things in the dressing room in terms of being particularly critical, has sort of left a quite clear message hanging in the air tonight, and I think that will get a home to the squad, because even in the other two defeats of Ancelotti's era in the league, of course, at Man City and Arsenal, this team have always remained competitive and always within range of getting a point, and you always felt there was a performance to take home from those games, even if the disappointment of defeat. But that wasn't here today, and actually quite alarmingly he said the game was signed in the first minute, as in less than 60 seconds in, he knew what was coming. Chelsea scored after 7, scored again before the end of the first half, and then 2 more afterwards. But Carlo Ancelotti, when we sit right behind the away dugout here at Stamford Bridge, and he was animated from minute 1, and just a number of times throwing his arms up in the air in disbelief, turning around, looking at his backroom staff, almost looked like he couldn't believe how bad it was at times. And you know, look, it will hopefully provoke a reaction, and needs to. You know, as this challenge for next season, Ancelotti is convinced that with 2 or 3 key signings he can turn this squad into challengers for the top 4, but on days like this that looks a mighty tall ask.